Hi, my name is Dawn and welcome to my kitchen. Today we are making granola. Why, you ask? Because, I don't know, I can never find a granola that has everything I like and doesn't include things I don't like. So making your own granola is inexpensive, the way you like it, and super easy. So, let's go. This recipe comes to us from epicurious.com and it's called vanilla scented granola. But as you'll see, you can make this any old way you like, but it's a great base recipe that I've made so many times and it really works and it's a winner. First thing that we're going to do is we're going to turn our oven on to 300 degrees Fahrenheit and put the rack in the middle. And while I was there, I grabbed a cookie sheet, which I'm going to spray with cooking spray. Make sure your cookie sheet has sides because it kind of spreads out a lot. Okay, let's start with our ingredients. The great thing about this is you can have the ingredients that you like, but there's some basics that this recipe requires. So let's go about the basic ingredients and then we can talk about the different components that you can mix and match so you have all your favorite things in it. You'll need some regular, what they call old-fashioned oats. You just don't want the quick cooking ones, although maybe they work, I don't know, but I have a little bit of a package and I have the second package ready to go. You'll need brown sugar, you'll need table salt, we'll need cinnamon, and for all you cinnamon haters, skip it, put something else in. You'll need some vegetable oil, we need honey, we need granulated sugar, and we need vanilla. Again, you can skip that if you don't like vanilla, don't have it, but it is kind of the basis and I think it really works well. Okay, let's talk about the mix-ins. The recipe calls for raisins and sliced almonds, which are excellent, but you can put whatever you want. And I'm going to show you what I'm going to include today. I've got a bunch of these Craisins that are kind of dying, so I'm going to throw those in. I'm going to throw some coconut in. I don't have any sliced almonds, but I have whole almonds, so I think I'll use those. And I found some currants and some ginger, and I think I want to use these leftovers up. So this is a great way to use some bits and bobs that you have left over in your cupboard. Other great things, well, of course, chocolate chips would be great. Sort of any dried fruit that you have, anything that you think you might like, other seeds and nuts would be perfect. So let's pull out all our tools. Okay, I pulled out my biggest bowl because it makes it super easy to mix everything together. So you pull out something big for this. Now, you're going to be shocked, but I'm not going to use my scale today. It is, first of all, I can't see my scale with this big bowl, and the measurements are not exacting, so I don't need to be so perfect. And I just also find scooping out these oats works really well. So I've pulled out my 1 cup measure. I've got a 1/2 cup measure, I've got a liquid measuring cup. Okay, I've got a tablespoon, a teaspoon, and a 1/4 teaspoon measuring. I'm gonna need a small saucepan, so I'll just put that over on the stove. And I'll just need a spoon to stir that over on the stove. So I think that's just about it, I hope. Okay, let's get started. First thing that we need is 4 cups of our oats. And now you can see why this is just a way easier, because it doesn't have to be perfect. So there's 1. I think you're going to be shocked at how easy this is to make and how much better it is than store-bought. Sorry, store-bought. Store-bought's convenient, but this is easy, quick, and made just the way you like it. So once we've got our oats, now we can put in our, let's put our brown sugar in second, and we need 1/2 cup, and that's 1/2 cup packed. And that means make sure it's full and packed right in. Okay, we need a 1/4 teaspoon of the salt, and 1/8 of a teaspoon of cinnamon. And I'm just going to use my 1/4 teaspoon and fill it about halfway. Again, if you like cinnamon, put more. If you don't like it, well, skip it. Okay, now that we've got that, it's time for our mix-ins. The recipe calls, actually, I thought it called for raisins, but it calls for just a cup of sliced almonds, but I'm putting in kind of whatever I want. So I'm just emptying my Craisins, and I just want to use up my currants. And this ginger. I think I have enough ginger. I think I'm gonna skip this. I'm gonna throw in some of my coconut. No rules. Cooking is so fun. And then just a bunch of these. Okay, I love how this just uses up whatever you've got in the house too. So it doesn't just have to be all your likes, but I assume that you've got stuff in your house that you like. Now I'm using my fingers here because we're going to be using our fingers again. So your fingers are always clean anyway when you're cooking, right? Okay, just give that a bit of a good toss and we'll put this to the side. Okay, now grab your saucepan and we're going to put in the other ingredients. We need 1/3 of a cup of vegetable oil. There we go. We need 1/4 cup of honey. I've got the solidified honey, but it's going to work because we're going to be melting it anyway. By doing the oil first, the honey just slips right out of the measuring cup. And now we just need 2 tablespoons of granulated sugar. It kind of just is good to mix up the sugar content of this. It's pretty sweet, but that's granola for you. Okay, let's head over to the stove. All we need to do here is we just need to bring this to a simmer over medium heat. And it will not take very long. So we want to bring it up to a simmer, and a simmer is just sort of below boiling. So you don't want to boil it, be careful about that. But once it gets nice and hot and it's sort of bubbling on the sides like we have here, we're good to go. So we'll just turn this off and we'll take it over to our bowl. Now, I brought mine over to my counter. This is hot. If your counter is not heat safe, do not do that. Put it on a pad or do it over at the stove. So what we want to do is we just want to mix this in here. And then we're going to mix it with our hands because it's just easier. But this is hot. It's hot sugar and oil, so you have to be super careful. So what I do is I grab it from the bottom and flip over some of that really cool stuff and then start to mix it up. But be careful because it can be hot. If you're scared and don't want to do that, or it's too hot for you, then you just use that spoon you have. So, and you can also do a combo. It doesn't matter. See, I'm using the spoon because I'm finding it really hot. If you don't have the big bowl, you're going to have this flying all over your counter, and it just makes a mess. Okay. Stir it, as I always say, for a salad. Do it more than you think or you want, because you want to make sure that all the oats and ingredients have that syrup that you've just made on it. Okay, the recipe calls for putting the vanilla in the syrup, which makes a lot of sense, and I've forgotten that. And people who know me know I do that all the time. But I think you can just sprinkle it on here. And we'll just give it a mix. And this is, part of it is showing you that this recipe is super flexible. You just have to do a few basics and the rest you can kind of wing it. So feel free to do that. Okay, that's it. That was so quick and easy. Okay, I've grabbed my cookie sheet. Now you just want to spread this out over your cookie sheet. Okay. This is going to go in the oven for 30 minutes, but every 10 minutes I'm going to give it a little stir. So we'll be back with you to do that. Okay, our 30 minutes are up. And you're going to pull this out and you're going to go, ooh, this is like wet and yucky and not like granola that I want to buy. But you have to wait until it completely cools. So I'm going to move it over to a rack, and we have to wait for it to cool completely, and then the magic happens. No, don't try it beforehand. We'll do whatever you want, but I'm saying don't do it until it is fully cooled, and I'll show you why when it's fully cooled. Okay, It's done. It's cooled. Oh man, it looks good. And it is now rock hard. So now you just want to sort of get an edge in there, and you can break it up. And what's so great about it is sometimes you get these super crunchy bits. Let's have a little taste. Mmm. So good, always so good. Super crunchy. This makes a great snack. My favorite way is to eat it with yogurt. So I've got my yogurt here. I can just crumble it. It's so crunchy, delicious. Has the things I like, doesn't have the things I don't like. I hope you give this recipe a try. It's super fast, easy, flexible, forgiving. Until next time, keep cooking. Let's try this.